Luffy loves meat. A lot. A concerning amount. If Luffy had one wish, it wouldn't be treasure. It would be unlimited meat. Now imagine a small island where meat costs 10 bones. Bones are money. Meat is meat. Life is good. Luffy happy. One day, the island chief has a genius idea. What if we just print more bones? Everyone cheers. More bones, more money, more buying, problem solved. So the bone printing machine starts working. Clank, clank, clank. 1,000 new bone, then 10,000, then 1,000,000. Everybody suddenly has pockets full of bone. Luffy now has 1,000 bone. Zoro has 1,000 bone. Even the village dog has 1,000 bone. Luffy happy at first. Then Luffy runs to buy meat. Hello, 1 meat please. The farmer says, that will be 20 bones. Luffy confused. Yesterday it was 10. The farmer shrugs. Everyone has more bones now. So Luffy pays the next week. Meat costs 40 bones, then 80, then 160. Meat go up, meat go up. Luffy sad. But I have more bones. Exactly. The problem is that there isn't more meat. There are only more bones chasing the same amount of meat. The farmers see everyone carrying giant piles of bones and think, wow, people can pay more. So prices rise. This is called inflation. Money printing doesn't magically create more meat. It mainly creates more money. And when more money competes for the same amount of stuff, prices go up. Meat go up. Luffy sad. Now imagine the farmers also produce twice as much meat. More meat, more food, more stuff. Then the extra bones have something to buy, prices stay calmer, Luffy happy, so the lesson is simple. Printing more bones doesn't automatically make everyone richer. If the amount of meat stays the same, meat go up. Luffy sad. If the amount of meat grows too, Luffy happy. And that, my fellow pirates, is money printing explained with meat. Please subscribe. Before Luffy prints 1 billion bones and accidentally turns a meat sandwich into a luxury item.